I think there are so many different approaches to how we all view AI. Some people might be excited, some are concerned, some are very, very apprehensive. I think a lot of apprehension toward AI could be because it's taking the human away from birth work, and I totally get that. Some of us might be seeing information out there saying this is an AI first industry or this is an AI first type of company. I truly don't believe that the perinatal birth world should ever be AI first. I hope that we do not see that in the birth work, and I hope that all of us would advocate and stand up for that to not be a possibility, because I think taking humans out of birthing takes away our humanity. But I do think AI can support us when it comes to birth work and postpartum care, perinatal care, like all of it. That's a very future thought for me. I don't think that within the next 10 years, or at least I hope not, that AI is going to take over the birth world. I do think that AI can help us in so many ways. It can save you so much time, and we don't have to fear it. AI is a tool that can help you to do research, be something that you're frustrated and you're like, make this sound nice because I am over having this conversation, or organizing your thoughts, creating new things, and just ultimately saving you time. And that's it. It doesn't have to be any more than just that. It can be something you use to alleviate having everything fall on you, because a lot of us birth workers or perinatal professionals fall in the space of being the only employee of our business. When we are the only one managing an entire business, things are going to fall through the cracks. If we can't afford to hire another employee, having an AI tool or using AI features within a platform could be the thing that helps you to not be up in the middle of the night still doing work, or skipping time with your family or loved ones because you can't afford to if you want to keep your business and your money up. Majority of the time, if you're going to use an AI tool like Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT, which I'm going to go into more detail about this, but if you're going to use those three, the majority of the time require you to use a phone number to make sure it's tied to a real person. I just say that to not be surprised when you put in your email address and all your other information, and then it's like, give me your phone number. They're just trying to make sure that you're a real human. Most of them have a free version where you don't even have to sign up. You don't have to put in your email address or your phone number. You can just put in a prompt, but it is quite limited. You only get so many prompts that you can have it spit out to you before it's like, okay, you've met your limit for the day, no more. Let's go more into depth about using the tools. You can use AI for brainstorming, writing things, making sure things are grammatically correct or read easily, turning your idea into multiple pieces of content or ideas for content that you can do. It can write scripts and even help you with designs. I personally use it to help me not necessarily write scripts, but to help me to remember the points that I want to talk about when I make these videos. There are AI tools, and then there's also AI features. And the difference between the two is Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini are all AI tools. This is a platform where you can actually go in and all it does is use artificial intelligence. Then the other one is AI features. Think of things like Canva, Descript, Meta Business Suite, or Facebook. They all have AI features in them. So you can ask it a certain question. I think the most important thing though is to go over those bigger platform tools that you can use, because it can help you with multiple things with your day. We're gonna start with my favorite AI tool that I currently use, and that is Claude, aka Claudia, because that's my girl. She helps me with brainstorming, writing things that are consistent with my voice, designing social graphics for me, creating a website for me. Like literally everything you want and need, you can use with Claudia. Like she's the GOAT, okay? And if you want to call it Claude, you can call it Claude too, but that's my girl. How you use Claude, you have to be very specific with it. And this is for any platform really, but with Claude, you have to say, hey, you are my social media director. You focus on strategy, blah, 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 blah. This is my voice. These are the things I like. These are the things I don't like. And that's from everything from barely using M dashes, because half the time we all know that when we see an M dash, we know it's a. Or I don't like to use emojis. Take all the emojis out, or only like pig emojis. So add them in when it seems fitting. Let's say that you're thinking about using Claude right now and don't necessarily know what prompt to use. Here's a free short brief version of a prompt that I would recommend using. If you want a more detailed prompt feature, you can register for my mindful marketing and sales course where I go way more into depth about AI. If you are the most creative person, it might just help you to design things a lot faster or use it to kind of get an idea of what you want. But if design isn't your favorite thing in the world, Claude Design is perfect for you because you can basically go, here's my color schemes, here's my fonts, here's kind of the vibe I'm going for, and it makes beautifully polished stuff. And you can even screenshot some of your favorite posts that you've seen and have it copy it. So we have something that builds our voice and designs something, but Claude isn't always the best at giving you the most accurate information at that moment. And that's why I use a tool called Perplexity. It is the bestest at giving you the most current sources and information in that moment. Let's say that you're trying to reach a specific group of people in a specific community. The great thing about this tool is you can ask Perplexity, hey, I'm wondering the people within this community, what are they searching for? What do they want? What services are they requesting? What services are they researching? That's gonna allow you to figure out maybe a lot of the people in your community aren't necessarily looking for a doula, but they're looking for childbirth education classes. That's gonna allow you to go, okay, maybe I need to switch to offering classes instead of offering my doula services. Or you might find that people are wanting night care or postpartum care, and you've been focused on prenatal care. And maybe it allows you to switch your services over to something that fits more with the people within your community. I love Perplexity because it helps me to think of ideas when I'm figuring out bullet points or scripts that I want to talk about. For instance, on one of my last videos, I talked about insurance and how midwives and doulas can potentially, in some areas, file for insurance to be able to pay for some of their services instead of requiring their client or patient to take on those services. It helped me to get a very in-depth process because when I asked Claude, it was like, there's really not much information I would recommend you giving because it wasn't able to pull information. But when I went to Perplexity, I said, tell me how this process completely goes from A to Z and help me to be able to explain this in a way that allows other people to understand it. From there, the AI literally pulled every single step that you need to take for getting the insurance. I'm so appreciative for that because I knew that the process was possible. I just didn't understand it. If I want to support you, I need to be able to understand those processes, and it did it. If you don't necessarily want to read it all or go into depth on whatever it's mentioning, it's going to give you an essay depending on what you ask it. You could then say, hey, I don't have time to read all of this. Give me the TLDR or the shortened version of it so that you can read the most important parts and be cool on the rest of it. I definitely recommend always using Perplexity when it comes to something based off research or wanting to know something that's currently happening, because Claude and ChatGPT are not necessarily the greatest at pulling the most current information out there all the time. It's a great fact checker. You remember how I said that there were like tool platforms that you could use? And then I said there's features within different platforms. One great example is Canva. A lot of people, when it comes to graphic design, use Canva. If you aren't using it, I definitely recommend making a Canva account today to help you with making your graphics and social posts because it is very helpful. You can even make a website using Canva as long as you have the pro version. But if you have the free version, you can easily make graphics and then just duplicate them to make new ones with updated photos or updated text. Once you feel comfortable using Canva, you can then start using the AI feature and see how it feels, see if you like it. The great part about the AI in Canva is it can help you to design templates. It can help you duplicate a graphic, even resize it so that it can go from Facebook to Instagram to becoming a thumbnail on your YouTube video. It's really amazing. When it comes to editing your videos, I use a tool called Descript. It is phenomenal. You edit your videos by text. Instead of having to go in and assume where you said what, all of your text is transcribed when you upload your video, and then from there you just delete scenes by the text. It has a tool called the Underlord, and the Underlord can do everything from deleting ums out of your video. It'll just find all the ums or the silent moments where there's just a huge gap and it'll cut all of it out. What you would do is say, hey Underlord, I don't want to see any of the ums anymore, or the silences when I'm in the middle of a take. It'll go through the whole script, notice where you've been quiet, notice when you've said and delete all of them. You could even ask it to edit the video for you, which I do not recommend. It's amazing at editing your longer form video and turning it into short form content. Like some of the shorts you see from me are literally, I asked the Underlord, hey, I want to turn some of this video into clips that I can share to promote that I'm making this video. And I might have to tweak some things here and there, but it does pretty good. Speaking of tweaks, you can't use AI the first time and think it's gonna be perfect. Let me go even further into that. You can't just say, AI, write me a caption post, and you've never given it any background, any details, or general information about who you are, what you offer. The great thing with Claude is, let's say you ask it to write a newsletter for you. It's probably gonna ask you a couple of starter questions before it just starts spewing something out to you. When you say, hey, make me a caption post, also ask it, what do you need from me to be able to make this the best that it can be? The majority of the time it's gonna go, here's a couple of questions for me to help figure out who you are and what your voice is. Second, have examples that it can work off of. If you already have emails written, social posts that you've done, social graphics that you've created, share that information with the AI, because it's again going to be able to crawl or look over that information and get a better understanding of who you are and what you offer. The more detailed you can be, the better. What also goes into that is the more time you spend training it or informing it about who you are and who you serve and what you do and how long you've been in it and the background and the history of what makes you you and your story, allows it to become better and better and better so that you're not having to make so many edits when it gives you something. Think about the AI as an employee. Think about it as another person that you're teaching how to do something to. And yeah, it can be frustrating when you first start out, like, oh my gosh, I don't want to train this thing and have to go back and forth with it. I just wanted to start making me content. One, you'd have to do this with another employee. And two, it's going to save you so much time in the future. So if it takes you 2 to 3 hours to train the AI, the better it's going to be later, and it's going to save you countless hours, which then gives you time back so that you could have some time for yourself or for your family or loved ones. I also would do research on the AI tools that you're using, figure out what they're good at. Canva's AI is good when it comes to designing. Its primary function is to help you with creating something, versus using ChatGPT is typically really great at grammar correction, writing content. Same with Claude, versus Perplexity is really great for researching, fact checking. So really starting to do research and learn what AIs are good at what, and then also figure it out for yourself, because I don't necessarily like the voice when I use one of the tools, and when I use Claude, it gets my voice super well when it comes to maybe writing a caption. When it comes to script writing, I have it help me write bullet points so that I know what I need to say. I know that I said that I use Claude and Perplexity. You could start again with just a feature, or you could just start with Claude and see how it goes. You can even use Claude to teach you how to use Claude. You could be like, hey, Claudia, I don't even know how to use Claude, so give me some info and help me figure this out. You could even give it a name like I did and be like, your name is Sally, and Sally, I need you to help me figure out what AI is. I don't fully understand it. Or you could even tell it you're concerned, and it's gonna like talk you through things, which I actually did because I was quite apprehensive to AI and was very proud that I made everything myself. Know that it helped me to feel more comfortable of figuring out that it's not replacing me. It's a tool that I can use to just make my flow better. This girl can be chaotic in my head, and it helps me to take all of my notes and put it into something that is very, very succinct. My takeaway from this is pick one of these tools, sign up for it, test it out, ask it questions, be curious, give yourself some compassion and grace, as it might not come easily or naturally to you. If it does, that's amazing. But if it doesn't, I don't want you to feel shame or disappointment, because we're all learning, we're all growing. But like, even for me, when I first started using AI, I didn't know how to train it. I didn't know what questions to ask. I didn't even know I should be asking it questions. I just thought I could say, write me a caption post, and it would just be smart enough to do it. I say that because I know how it feels to first get into AI and feel kind of awkward with it. See how you feel. Drop a comment below telling us what your experience with the AI was like. In closing, I just want to share another reminder that you can learn a lot more about AI in my marketing course called Mindful Marketing and Sales. I'm doing a couple of series, and this series is the AI one. All the AI videos that I'm going to be creating are going to be uploaded to this space. And the next video that we're going to be talking about is AI search. When you go on to Google Chrome and let's say that you write something up to search and the first thing that pops up is an explanation and probably some links to the sources that I mentioned, that's the AI search. We're going to talk more about that and how you can show up in that area so that one, you stay up with the times, two, you pop up for people who potentially are wanting to work with somebody and need services. More on that in the next video. If this video was helpful for you, please like and subscribe. We'll talk soon.